Are you faking your happiness to keep the peace? Is it who are you actually protecting? It seems like it's a self-preservation and to protect others, especially if it comes to family members, but also we as a human love to help out, and especially even more women to help out and protect others, and exposing ourselves to some crazy experiences. And and having expectation, that's what will bring us actually uh, a real a real happiness and authentic happiness, and lead us to authentic joy. And it's furthest from the truth. This is some belief that most likely you already experience multiple times, and most likely didn't even realize, and possibly at some point did, and got discouraged that actually why bother if it's not leading to where I want to be. However, because you are deserving to experience all the happiness, all the joy, all the love, all the peace, all the light, all the compassion. However, you cannot make it until you make it. Faking it to experience something real. You get to somehow become more conscious and face certain things, because it most likely cost you a lot, and not just you but other family members, and that's what actually we're transpiring. So I'm really talking from a very personal and authentically experience that unfolded and brought me to that even deeper realization when I was called to share around the authentic happiness. And all of a sudden I experienced what I'm experiencing with co-creation with my family members, and coming to deeper wisdom and realizations that unfolding and breaking through those limited beliefs, and that faking, it's actually a cost. Faking or silencing just to protect others will not lead to peace, will not lead to happiness, authentic happiness, but will create a disaster, and will might cost much more than actually being more real and authentic with each other, because that's that real gift and service, true service to yourself and others, not just faking because of whatever assumptions you're making, that you will self-preserve yourself, but also many times then excuse yourself from feeling that it will be of the benefits of others, and it's not. And that's, like I had mentioned, I learned the hard way that it wasn't benefiting me or benefiting any family members, when somehow even the smaller indications that the storm is brewing, that we not connecting and disconnecting, and with some premises that it feels like a protection, because everybody were on edge, everybody were dealing with things that it wasn't something that can be resolved as a family member. It was more relation to career, dealing with other people, and that even some definitely good words or listening to the issues that they were unfolding. It wasn't something that could solve what was happening, and adding to it feels like releasing pressure from already pressure, and stress was creating even deeper stress and pressure, that it wasn't that it wasn't sure, that there was an ability to share about it, and feeling kind of lost, that possibly everybody kind of dealing with something, and like in that protective mode that that the other person have already enough on their plate, so let's not add something else. And you most likely experience all kinds of situations running the business, dealing with family members, especially if you are a visionary leader, visionary woman, especially. So you have so many responsibilities, and I don't want to deal with another responsibility. So feeling that it will protect a peace of mind for you, and protect you and protect others if you're not approaching that, and that might be actually just a recipe for disaster when you're not addressing that, and can lead to even a deeper one that come unexpectedly, with the least expected moment, with the least like time that you want for that to happen, and you have to stop everything and deal with that, and no matter what is happening, because it will be so intense that you won't be at the capacity to deal with anything else. It can create more kind of damage, mentally, emotionally, and physically, to you and to others, because trying to approach that when it's already so intensify, it's hard to create some solutions in the state when the mind might be going to the flight or the fight, uh, many times fighting than attempting to fly to escape, like you were trying to protect yourself, and in more intensified situation that will be even more evident. You somehow will not feel comfortable with all surfacing emotions that all of a sudden out of the blue are showing up, and you will attempt to control, and you don't know how to control them, and some judgment and criticizing can show up, and all of a sudden you're ready to speak up your mind, and you feel that speaking your mind, but it uh, might be not really a right thing to do at this moment, because it can actually create more to all those mixed emotions even more, because possibly you feel at that moment hurt and in pain. So you might start adding to feel some kind of release from that if you start causing some pain to the other person by saying things that you normally wouldn't be saying, and well, it might add to the issue and intensify the issue, because all of a sudden the other person involved is trying to protect themselves and feeling hurt by what they're hearing, and might not be so understanding, and adding fuel to the fire. So it can be like really a big storm, and two people unconsciously, because they kind of decided to protect each other, and especially with doing so many of those experiences with the family members, but also running the business with the team members, employees. We under so much stress and pressure, and especially those days, there's a lot of unknown things that are unfolding, and might cause just the outside environment and inner environment not processing, not having time for ourselves, can add to all of that, and all of a sudden those situations will, no matter how we kind of feel, will add to that, and finding that power through power of happiness, through those challenges, to have the courage to be more conscious and awakened to see how you can go about it, not just in attempts of controlling, but actually even asking for guidance from divine, from your higher self, from God, from whatever you feel a deeper connection to reconnecting with yourself, to be in a different space, not controlling, being disconnected and controlling the outside circumstance that become very intense, but how to return back to ourselves and to feel safe within your mind, your heart, your body again, and what answers, what wisdoms, inner wisdoms you can come up with to handle that situation on a more authentic, in a more authentic way, instead of attempting to faking, attempting to be in control when you might quickly kind of realizing that that you don't have any control by how you when you are running from your unconscious, when you are attacking another human being that you possibly not even aware that you attacking, but that might be how they feel, that you attacking them and they will be attempting to protect themselves, can really be a detrimental experience and definitely will put you far away from any authentic happiness. So power of that authentic happiness is to become more conscious of what we are, how we allowing our subconscious running the show, and how we creating some beliefs, ongoing beliefs that actually faking until you make it, to potentially protect ourselves when it's further from any protection, that we have some kind of assumption that that protection will create that happiness because nothing will be happening. But if we're not addressing things, eventually it will explode. And then we'll have to deal with all of that at once, and can create much more damage because it pushes so much over the edge people that we're dealing with, that we can choose to part. It could be such painful experience that we decide that it's not worth to have another experience like that. That most likely nothing will change, even having that experience, and will lead to more of those, and it's not worth our sanity, worth our time, worth our energy to deal with the person like that, even if it is family member. And that can create even more pain to deal with in those things. So bringing more conscious efforts and courage to recognizing, well, it's time to be honest with ourselves. It's time to be honest with the other person, and that honesty, it's not criticizing and judging the other person in spite of the heat of the argument that it's unfolding, because nobody else can hold that anymore. But when the storm calms down, and having a conscious and honest conversation with yourself and with the other human being can create some transformative experiences, where you can, when you're ready, when you reconnected with yourself, when you operate from more conscious state of mind, and out of love, and share that kind of true happiness with the other person, and they can start feeling from that perspective, and will be more open to communicate with you, to have trust that there is a possibility to work things out, to forgive each other of what kind of transpire, and being more kind of on the lookout, not to just keep returning back to the same old, but becoming even more conscious, and putting some time and practices in place to be checking in all honesty, to create more of that happiness, authentic happiness and joy that will lead to joy, instead of creating another explosive event, to putting things on hold, even if there are some indicators that it's not okay to put things on hold. So sometimes we have to learn multiple times before we actually start coming to those realizations. And I trust that it's not easy to learn those lessons, and we're living in the very interesting times that can add to all the stress, and all that we are attempting to be in that self-preserve mode, that can be detrimental to our selves and to our relations. So that's why I would love to co-create, and because of that experience, and I actually had a very personal experience and experience that, that actually led to some breakthrough and experiencing some miracles together with my family members. And that's why I'm so passionate to share and to bring more that to others, because if I'm experiencing, if my family members experiencing, I'm pretty sure that you experience that, your possibly family members, your family unit is experiencing that. There are some things that are happening, unfortunate things that are happening in your business, and in relation, other relation, friends relations. I'm also kind of experienced that I had to kind of let go of some relations, because it didn't feel like it's worth continue that relation, and that was a conscious decision. So yes, we have like more of that commitment with the family members, even if it possibly will get to the point and it's not our decision. If maybe another family member feel that they have to disconnect ourselves from us, or maybe we feel that we get to kind of do that. But there's somehow, because of that emotion that can unfold in a stormy way, it's also that almost kind of guilty feeling, which it shouldn't be, that if they are our family members, we should kind of work out those things, and give another chance with potential friends, that possibly we already develop some relation, or even some business relation, and we feeling that it's the person, maybe they also going through some storms, and maybe they just taking on others, where they what they cannot handle themselves yet and face themselves. However, you get to make that discernment. Do you how much you willing to take in? Because it's not your responsibility to keep taking in, and not actually standing in your power and using your voice, and just keep giving away the power, and to some control of others and manipulation. And that was also that test that I personally experienced. It felt that way, that was test for that, and experiencing that blessing and miracle when some co-creation, felt like unexpected experience, when a breakthrough happened, when more conscious happened, and experience some happiness led to more joy, and supporting even others and making difference of through co-creation of that authentic happiness. It was already experienced, and it was in a matter of couple days, when going from a deep breakdown to a deep breakthrough. But well, it unfolded that way. But that was like possibly weeks that were leading to it, and some resistance and overprotection created the big thing, and good that finally that was addressed in more conscious way, that the miracle and more of authentic happiness and joy could be experienced. Otherwise, it was like really on the edge, so much that could have a much different outcome if more resistance and would be protected, would be implemented to it, and not starting to asking for guidance and not asking for to letting go of all that resistance and reconnecting together, reconnecting with self to experience much of that miracles experience that are so much joyful. And it doesn't mean that all of a sudden will be all the rainbows all the time. There might be another challenging situations, and somehow what I'm seeing from overcoming a lot of very deep transformative work over the years. It's what how with the practice you can start being more conscious much quicker when you're allowing the unconscious to run the show, and you can somehow return back to yourself and create a different experience, create experience that true power of authentic happiness, and be more honest with yourself, and create the awareness, taking the more aligned actions, and experience some beautiful blessings. So that's why it's so important with that practice. I want to be in that co-creation with other visionary leaders, women, heart center, where we can keep expanding our presence and create more of that strength and immunity against the self disconnect from the others, and being more in a surround in a community unity with the others, like-minded and like-hearted, where we can expand that, and be able to be more equipped to make that difference for ourselves, but also creating and living our legacy and making a true difference for others, to serve as that role models and an example that it's possible for others to approach things in a much different and more authentic way, and not just kind of hiding and expecting the miracle to happen when you somehow afraid to take some courage to face things that, like, you start kind of realizing that's the case, and you postponing that. So if there is an interest in that co-creation, let's connect and see how we can expand our presence. I have a vision for a specific experience, how that might be of support. However, if might be you have some idea, and you, based on what I'm sharing, the message resonates, and you want to connect to see how some other potential co-creation can be created for to make a difference for ourselves and others, let me know. Connect with me, and you can put connect in the comment section, or I also said for more, go to awaken-women.com, and there are links to book the time together and connect that way. So would love to do that, and really consciously start co-creating with you, and for you and me to experience more of those blessings, miracles, more of that authenticity, happiness, joy, love, peace, light, compassion. So without further ado, sending so much love, joy, peace, light, compassion to you, and looking forward to sharing more in April about honesty. Actually, the March was around happiness, and this week was to combine, because of March and April week, authentic happiness, to create more of that understanding what it's all about, how we kind of shooting ourselves in our foot by faking until we make it, instead of creating a really true power of authentic happiness. And we'll be exploring in April more around putting emphasis on the honesty from physical aspects, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects. And that's usually the broadcasts with the words are like being shared. And this actually new year, it's already in a fourth month, and the words were being I was being guided to share that starts with H. And it also gave me a deeper kind of understanding that there is a even bigger reason for it, because home starts with H as well. And my mission here, and my calling, divine calling, is to help especially visionary, heart-centered women mid-age to stand in their power, using their voice to return home to themselves, and to be able to be of that true service to you, to yourself, and to the others, and live your legacy. So it's being more in alignment, in more of it becomes more evident, and bringing more clarity to me, and I'm sharing more of that clarity with you. And hopefully though this message resonates, that you can take and start applying and start practicing in your own life, coming to those awareness and realizations. And if you feel called to connect and to explore the co-creations, I'm here, and I would be happy to do so. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon.